Hello, welcome to Candy Shoppe Yarns, where everything is sugar-free and high in fiber. I am Deborah, the owner of Candy Shoppe Yarns, and this is the ultimate destination for knitting and crochet enthusiasts. Welcome! Thank you so much for joining me today. This is episode 31. It is July 19th, 2024, and I have knitting and crochet to share with you today. Let's start first with a short life update, then I will share projects that I've been working on, and I will end with some shop news. So, what has been going on? July 4th, I live in the US, and so we celebrated Independence Day, and my family, we went to our local amusement park to Lagoon. I get season passes there most years, and we went and did that, and it was a lot of fun. It was such an easy thing to do. Like, we'd take a picnic, some chairs, a blanket, we can set up a little picnic area. We can go on some rides. I just loved watching the grandkids. I'd come back and cuddle my grandson, get him to sleep, and I just sat there with him while he took a nap, and people went on rides. And then I like walking around and checking out a lot of things. I love rides. I can't do as many right now, but I just enjoy going and hearing the sounds of happiness, of people just laughing, squealing with delight on the ride, screaming, just having fun. I love those sounds. I like to be outside. It is hot though. I mean, it's summer. I don't know why I seem to be surprised by it every year because it happens every year. In the summer, it gets hot. And that's where we are right now. So just trying to survive the heat. I got sick last week and lost my voice for the week, and I was in bed, but I was trying really hard to still be productive. I don't know if you're like me, but I love the idea of a day kind of just relaxing, lounging about, maybe being in pajamas, taking it easy, reading a book, knitting, taking a nap, watching some shows. But when I'm sick and I'm forced to do those things, I want to do anything but that. So in the 106 degrees Fahrenheit weather, while I was sick, I was going outside to paint on a playhouse. I got a kit, the cutest kit for this playhouse. I thought, this is the easy way to do a playhouse. You buy a kit, it's delivered to your door, it's pre-assembled panels. All I have to do is paint it and put it together. That's not the case. We had to like prep the ground first, meaning we had to dig it out and level it, and then build a frame and put down, you know, like a bait. We put down like playground material. I'm trying to think of what it is, rubber mulch around it. And then for the base of the playhouse, we need to build a firm structure, firm base underneath that. And then painting, I need to paint like 2 coats of primer by hand. We started out doing it with a sprayer. No, it's got to be by hand. It just doesn't cover it enough. And then paint on top of that, plus all the trim and anyways, all the sides, all the angles. It has been 2 weeks of just painting, I feel like, but that's helped to distract me from being sick. So I'm hoping soon that I'll have a little video on Patreon to share with you of that adorable little playhouse. Then after that, it is the Utah yarn crawl that is going on right now. I think today or tomorrow is the last day, but earlier this week, my sister Emily from Yarnberry, she and I went to a local yarn store, and it's called Yarn on the Corner, and we did just a little meet and greet, and it was super casual, really laid back, which was good because I had just gotten better and was, you know, regaining my energy, and my sister was having the same kind of thing, and it was just a nice way to participate in the yarn crawl and to socialize with people without it being, you know, an intense amount of work or preparation. So that was really fun. My sister came with her girls. We saw Maggie from Yarnaceous and quite a few different people. It was really fun. And then one of my lovely customers, she has been getting the Enchanted Mystery Minis Club all year, and she knit a really pretty shawl using not all of them, but five of the sets. And I'll have to put the name of the shawl in the show notes below because I cannot recall what it was called off the top of my head. But that was a really fun time. So that's kind of what I've been doing. Some of the things, I know that there have been other things going on, but the big thing was and is the playhouse. We're going to be working on that for a while. Let's start with projects that I have finished. We're going to start with some crochet. This is one that I started around Easter time, and I put it aside for the last little bit, but it is finished now, and it is called the Pretty Bobble Sweater. I have finished it. Yay! So this one I started with mini skeins. I did a swap with my sister Emily. Well, I did a swap with some friends from my knitting group, but Emily, she got my name in this swap. Come here, Luna. Come here, girl. Come. And so we did like a countdown to Easter thing with mini skeins, and so that kind of was the impetus for starting this project. And it's begun. Come here, girl. What's wrong? Come here. Luna just got groomed, so she's super cute and fluffy. I had a customer stop by my house the other day. He won some yarn. He was the winner of a giveaway. And Luna is so poorly behaved, it's embarrassing. She just barks and barks and barks and jumps up. At least you're cute. Okay, so I made pretty much the body of the sweater with the mini skeins that I got in that swap, up to about here, and then I used my own minis for the rest. So it is very warm, and I did put it on so I could show you. Let me move over, and we'll put some photos up. It's very warm because it's held double with a strand of lace weight mohair, and that's because the pattern calls for DK weight yarn, and I had fingering weight. So I bought this sweater pattern on Etsy. I've talked about it many times before, but perhaps you did not see that or you're new. This is what it looks like. You can see that it's kind of a 3/4 length sleeve. I was looking at this picture and seeing how tight the sleeve is on her biceps, and I thought, I do not want it that tight. So I went up. I had to make some adjustments so that I could go up a size for the sleeve, but not the rest of the sweater. I knit the second size, or I crocheted the second size, the medium, for all of it, but I did the large for the sleeves, and I did decrease on the sleeves. But on the neckband, I tried doing a crocheted neck I followed the instructions. I did it multiple times and I just did not like how it turned out. So in the end, I picked up stitches with, what needle did I use? With a US 4, which is 3.5 millimeters. I picked up stitches with my knitting needle and I knit a folded over ribbing. And I like how that turned out a lot better. And then on the sleeves, I just ended the sleeve on a scallop row because I thought that looked pretty and I liked the length of it and I didn't want it to pull in, and I just felt like I didn't need to do any ribbing there or on the bottom. So I think the amount of yarn that I used, come here Luna. Okay, so the amount of yarn I believe I used of mohair, I used 2.5 skeins, which are 50 grams. Are they 50 grams each or are they 25? All of a sudden, I cannot recall. They're 400, a little over 400 yards each, and I did about 2.5 of those, and this is what I have left. And this is a weighty sweater because when you hold it double with mohair, that adds some weight, but also it's crocheted, which means that it's going to use more yarn. I did block it really heavily to open it up because I wanted it to be more drapey, not have it feel so bulky, and it needed that. So that sweater is done, and I'm glad that it is done. And I can wear it when it gets cold again, but I do not need to wear it now because it is plenty warm. Okay. Now I did finish mostly another project. I need to block it. Oh, look at this. Okay. Sorry, I have to show you. At the yarn crawl, at the meet and greet, one of the ladies that came in, her daughters colored some pages for me and put stickers on them. I thought that was so cute. I love that. Okay, so I finally sat down and finished knitting my Lisa Frank doodle cowl. Now what it is I used one chart from the Jungle Doodle Cowl by Pacific Knit Co. And it was the leopard spot chart. And I, on my computer, went and created my own repeat by kind of shifting it over so that it was like brick layered instead of them all stacking one on top of the other. They kind of alternated, and I flipped and moved it around so that it would look a little bit more random. And then I used my Lisa Frank inspired Candy Kisses collection and knit this doodle cowl. Okay, so I used 3 strands per row because I have the background color and then I have the black and the magenta for the leopard spots. Is this leopard or cheetah? Leopard. Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's neon, it's fun. And I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 colors that I then repeated again. And then I need to block it and then I can graft it. I normally graft mine together first because I think that you get a nicer finish to the graft, but when I do it that way. But with this being DK weight and 3 strands per row and then it's doubled because of that. And then if I were to graft it first, it would be, would have all those layers that it would need to dry through. That would just take forever. So I haven't done that yet. I just haven't had a chance, but oh, this is so much fun. So the colors, I almost needed to crack into a second magenta and black. Wait, maybe I already did do a second black. I can't recall now. Maybe if I open this up, I can have a look and see. Let's see. Yep, I did. I used almost 2 50-gram skeins of the black. Okay, but I didn't end up needing the second magenta like I thought I would. I had just the tiniest bit left. Okay, so I have, what did I start with? Started with, this one is called Lisa Pink. One of you helped me name it, from Lisa Frank. And then Apricot Swirl. And then this one is Zesty Lemon Sparklers. Oh, I just dropped everything. Okay, after that, what color did I use? Minty Chip. And then this one is called, where is it? Mr. Blue Sky. I can't even hold. Those are so fun. Okay, I'm gonna have to go to the next one and drop everything else. Then Jolly Joe's and Sour Watermelon. Nope. I did that out of order. It was close. I was close. But anyways, lots of fun. Loved it. I'm really glad I'm done though, because I think I just had 4, I think, left to do, and it sat there for months. I had done all this and I just had to finish this last little bit. So while I was sick, I just did one a day, one section a day, and got that done. So I'll have to block it and graft it and show that finished, because that changes everything. It just makes everything lay so beautifully smooth. But I don't think I'm going to choose an all over 3 strands of color work next time. I'll need a break. I'll need to do just 2. 2, that will be a breeze. Piece of cake. But I think that one was really fun. Okay, I'm just gonna put all of my tools that I've used and I can finally put away. Oh, the crochet hook I used for my sweater was an F, a 3.75 millimeter hook. And I bought these years ago at Joann, and I don't even know what brand it is. I don't know. I haven't seen them there for quite a long time, but I really like those. And 1 more project. No, 2 more projects. I've got knitting and crochet. So that's my finished projects. Well, that cowl's not finished. Like I said, I have to block it, graft it. So, but now I've got some works in progress. So last time I shared a sock that I had started making, that I was holding fingering weight double to make a sock, and I just wasn't loving the fabric I was getting, but I love the yarn. And so I decided, it was a sock set from a friend, and the sock set is from Potions and Purls. Such a cute label, and it's called Sweet Melody Sock Set. And I really wanted to show off this yarn have it really shine. So I decided to make a shawl by Emily of Salt City Knits, and I am almost done. Blocking, of course, will be the magic of it. It is a long, narrow crescent shape, and it, like I said, it just uses a sock set. So 1 full skein of fingering weight yarn and a 20-gram mini. And even with a 20-gram mini, I still had a decent amount left. I don't know how much I'll have left of the main skein, but I am almost halfway through this applied border. I just have about like that much more to go, then it's halfway. But you knit the shawl back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until you get down to this applied border right here. And then it is knit back and forth this way, going along, and each time you use 1 more stitch on here, and you just keep going until you've used all those stitches. But this has been a really fun project. It has not been a hard one. I don't have to think hard about it. Now when I'm doing the lace, I have to focus on it. The mesh section is pretty simple. I love knitted mesh there. I love that. So that sock set was a gift from my friend Kimberly, and she also gave me this bag along with it. So cute. It's called Get It Creations is the name of the company that she bought it from. It's a makeup bag, but I love it for a project bag. It's so fun. So this will be done pretty quickly now. And I have one more project. And this one is crocheted. Last time I talked about this one. I'm just loving granny squares now that I've discovered that they don't have to be all in 70s colors, which is not my jam. Maybe yours, that's fine, but it's not mine. So I wanted for one of my Make 9 projects this year to make the granny style cardigan by MJ's Off the Hook Designs. And I think I'm making it cropped. I think I'm making it for my daughter, and I think that she will like that better. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm doing. Just trying to decide if I'm gonna make this like that many blocks or this, like cropped, but I won't make it this long. I don't think that she will like that as much. I think she'd like it, but probably not as much. So I went through my stash of cotton yarns, and in this pattern, I did not print it up, but there was a whole list of yarn alternates that you could use. And the yarns that I had, some of them were on the list. And so I went through and pulled out just an assortment that I thought would look nice together. So when I opened up the pattern and I thought, okay, let's do a swatch and let's see how it looks, I quickly realized that the yarn I picked is not the same gauge as the yarn she was using and was not going to look good. She was using a G, no, not a G. What was she using? Let me see. A G plus 4.5 millimeter hook. And she was getting a 4-inch block with 4 round granny squares. And I was getting, if I used the G plus, it was so floppy and gapey. And so I went down to a G, and I was just getting 3-inch blocks. So I crocheted another round on one of these and measured it, and I got a 4-inch block. So I decided I'm going to stick with this yarn because I already have it. I like the colors. The gauge is fine for me. Like, I like how they feel, and I'll just have to do squares that have one more round, and then I can still use this yarn. So I have now made 20 blocks. I need to weave in the ends of a few of these, but I just randomly picked one from each of these rows. I've got a kind of beige, blues, greens, and pinks. So I just pick one from each row in whatever order and make a block. So I have a whole bunch of different ones. But all together, they look really nice. So I haven't done the last round yet because the last round I'm going to do in an off-white, like a creamy color like she has in this photo. I was debating on whether I was going to do some other color, but I think that my daughter would prefer it to be more like this. The problem is that the yarn I want, I cannot get in enough quantity all at once, and I don't want to buy half now and half later and have it be different dye lots. So I'm just making blocks until I can get the yarn that I want, because it takes a lot of blocks. It's going to take a lot. And so once that comes in, then I can do the last round of all of these. Actually, is that what she did? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, she did 3 rounds, and the last one was that off-white. I'm doing 4 rounds and then an off-white on top of that. So it's going to be a while. I'm just going to keep plugging away at it. I was thinking I would make this for Christmas for my daughter, but she would probably want to wear it before that. I don't know. We'll just see how long it takes me. It might take me till Christmas to make this. Who knows? But it's fun because it's nice. You know, you just make one and you feel like you've accomplished something. And I'll just make some, you know, in the evening when I watch something, and then the next time I'll weave in all the ends. So that's all of my projects right now. I had started some socks again. I had recast on socks that I was working on last time, but I did that while I was at the meet and greet, and it was a brilliant idea for me to do that because it was lace and I had to keep fixing it again and again and again, and finally I just went, okay, never mind. So that was my second attempt for making the socks, and decided I'm just going to set that aside until another time. So I did do some sewing. It's my friend's birthday this week, and she is a knitter and crocheter, and so my friend Kimberly. So I made her a cute little bag, drawstring bag. This was a kit, probably from Riley Blake Designs. I'm not sure. I don't even remember. But my daughter saw this when we were out shopping one time. Bought the kit, made the bag. It was so cute. So I wanted one. I went to go get it, and they had sold out like immediately. So I got online and found some. I just had to do some searching around to try to find what is it even called, and found some and ordered a handful of these for myself and my friends. So I sent Oh, look at, I have to show you. This is what's so cute. So it's supposed to be a backpack where there's a little loop and the ties are supposed to go through it, but I made it into just a drawstring bag like that instead of a drawstring backpack. And then I also did this. So it does have this option to make a zipper pocket and it's a mouth, but look what I did. They have a little fishy toy that you can stuff and just have, but I thought, how cute is it if it was attached and like in his mouth? And then the inside of his mouth right here is inside of his mouth. It's his teeth and his tongue, and it's just so cute. I just thought that was so fun. So I made a couple of those. I need to make mine now. And then the inside has this plaid lining like you would see on the inside of an old flannel sleeping bag or a flannel shirt that you might wear camping. And then I love the cute little ears and this hook for, you know, hanging it up if it was a backpack, but you can also hang this up as a project bag. So that was just such a fun project. So yeah, the only thing I did differently is I just didn't add the loops to make it a backpack, and I stuck the fish inside. Now, I also didn't use the interfacing that they called for. I used a lighter one. It called for like a fleece or a foam, which would make it a lot more rigid, and I didn't want that. I didn't want one that was a lot more stiff. Now that would work great for a backpack, but since it's not a backpack, I didn't do that. Just such a fun little project. And today I'm going to work on sewing a little doll. So I painted, refinished a little doll cradle that I had for my kids, my girls, when they were little. And so I just refinished that for the grandkids, and I'm going to go sew a little baby doll and some clothes for her, and that will be out in the playhouse when we finally at some point get that up. All right, time for some shop news. I have July's, I mentioned this before, July's Enchanted Nostalgia Minis, the mystery mini set, is still available for pre-order. I'm going to be dyeing those this next week, and so you'll want to get on that right away if you want it. It's going to be super cute, super summery, but you don't want to miss that, because the last month I had so many people asking if I had more of them, but it's a pre-order. It's a club, so you'll want to make sure you get on it right away. What I wanted to show you today were a whole bunch of the Candy Kisses colorways. Since I finished my doodle cowl, this one, I was looking at the colors, and I had restocked those again recently, and I was just looking at all the colorways that I had, and I've got 25 different colorways available in the shop right now. So I wanted to show those to you because that takes some work. And it's so nice to have an assortment to choose from. So I'm gonna start here with the neutrals. I've got Marshmallow, which is the Bare Undyed, Coconut, which is just a really soft tonal beige, and Black Licorice. Okay, then let's do the reds and pinks. This is one I have the most of because I like these colors a lot. So this one is red, Cinnamon Bears, and it is a nice true red. Then I've got Berrylicious. This was the magenta that I used in my cowl. And then I've got Dream House, which is my Barbie pink. And I've got Lisa Pink, which is a neon pink. and Sour Watermelon, which is also a neon, but you can see how it is a warmer tone. And then let's look at these two peachy colors. This one is Sugar and Spice and Papaya. All right, let's do greens. Sometimes they don't show up really well on the camera. That's the hardest part. I have a hard time with Minty Chip, which is like a pastel neon, then Skyberry Pop, a little bit deeper, more green, Shamrock Splash, Palm Springs, so it's a nice, vibrant, rich green. All right, let's do yellows. This one is a pastel neon, Zesty Lemon Sparklers, then Limoncello, Apricot Swirl. I keep wanting to say twist, but I knew that wasn't it. That one's orange, but it's not orange. It doesn't go in with this. Oh, it kind of does. There you go. Oh, look at that palette right there. And then Honeycomb. So I've got a pastel neon, a sunny yellow, a rich golden one. This one is orangey, but still more yellow. It looks a little less orange in person, a little less pinky orange in person. And then let's do some of the blues, or teals, we could say. We've got Mr. Blue Sky, which was the one that I used in my neon cowl. And then Knuff, which is the Ken color. So I have my Barbie pink, which is Dream House, and Knuff. And then, let's put that one back. There we go. Coastal Quench. Ooh, that matches my shirt beautifully. Love it. Okay, and then purples and blues. So Jolly Joe's, Lavender Lollies, Butterfly PT, which is a purpley blue, and then Midnight, which is a nice deep navy blue. So there's lots of colors to choose from, lots of options. Here, I just like to pick up random colors and see, ooh, those look nice together. Just reach out and grab some. Midnight, Berrylicious, Honeycomb. Let's see, what else can we grab and put together? Coconut, Butterfly PT, and Dream House. There's just so many fun options that you could put together here. So I just wanted to show some fun colorways that I have available, because there's quite a stash. It makes me happy to just go through and imagine, what could I make with all these fun colors? What combinations could I put together? I love when I see orders come through and I'm like, oh, I wouldn't have thought of putting those colors together. I love to see that. Here's some fun ones. Marshmallow, Coastal Quench, Butterfly PT. Oh, Dream House again. I definitely like Dream House, but what would that look like with oh, that one, Sugar and Spice. I like that one. All right, that's it for today. I hope everybody is doing well and hope you survive this heat. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, I hope you survive the cold. And have a really great day, and I will see you again soon. Bye.